All right, guys, here we are from the trailer reaction. Today we're reacting to the movie Beyond Skyline.
The long-awaited sequel to Skyline. I don't know if that's true. Wasn't Skyline a shitty sci-fi original movie?
There was a thing.
I didn't see it, so I won't know if this is a sequel.
Then there was Falling Skies, and there was all
Burning Skies,
the Burning Man,
Skyman,
music festivals.
It all comes together.
Sky High. All right, so let's check this out. It looks like your standard B-rated horror movie.
This looks like Sci-Fi Channel original CG aliens or robots fighting our no-name actors. Are these no-name actors?
Let's hope.
See.
Here we are.
Fingers crossed.
Well, that doesn't look exactly like everything else that has come out in recent years, where people fly into the sky, have to fight aliens over crazy odds. It's just like everything's a. It's not even a cash grab anymore because there's no cash to be made in this genre.
This looks different and this looks like the best of all these movies that we've been watching.
I saw one in theaters that was this exact movie. I forget what it was called because so many of them came out, but it was they get taken into the spaceship, they get sucked up, they get turned into aliens.
Could it have been Skyline?
No,
because I feel like this might be the sequel to Skyline.
Maybe, I don't remember.
No, so this, premise-wise, whatever-wise, everything was very whatever the fuck. But as the trailer went on and on and on, and it seems to be better made than the rest of those. It seems to be better. You know what I mean? Like
there's more money on the screen.
There's
the CG is better.
There aren't those shots where I'm like, where is this happening? There's just dark behind you. Like this is weird fake CG. Like nothingness. Right? There's people in the trailer. There's locations in the trailer. There's aliens and shit. It's got like Independence Day weird vibes or Predator vibes where there's weird shit and all that shit.
But what about this would you be like? Oh, that looks awesome. I got to see this.
What do you mean?
What is the draw for this trailer? What do you think?
What
would suck one into wanting to see this?
I think that no matter what I say, you'll say that that isn't good though.
Well, I'm asking you, what do you like about it?
The thing where he has to go get his son off the alien ship and he's cocooned and there's fucking shit flying around and all that stuff. That's you just did the thing I said. You can't say what's good about this and then I say anything and you go that's not good. I don't think that thing's so. I don't know. I would watch this. I think that this is fine.
No.
I don't think that this is we've seen so many things that are trying to be this, but are failing so miserably
I will be
that I would pick this one ahead of the other.
I will be very clear and say that the visuals in this are miles, leagues.
Okay, yeah.
Nautical, it is
knots, parsecs, if you will.
It is way better. The visuals look good, but this is the running problem I'm having with a lot of things now. Where visuals are cheaper. You can actually make things look good now. People have money; they can make things look good. But what you need to do is sit for 20 minutes and write something down and make it look like okay, what is the plot? All right, make that good. All right, cool, awesome. And I feel like that's where things keep falling short. Where the visuals can be amazing. You could have amazing dinosaurs, but you can't write Jurassic Park unless you write Jurassic Park. You know?
Yeah, and I feel like in a bad dinosaur movie trailer, I wouldn't know what was happening. There'd be scenes where I'm like, well, what the fuck? I can't tell where this even is. Is this in the city? Is that the same guy? What's happening or whatever? But here I know that they're in the subway and the aliens attack and they get sucked in, into the sky, and he wants to get back there, and he meets up with some commando type people, and he fucking lets himself be sucked up into the ship. He has to fight the aliens to try to get his son back, but his son is already half Borg or whatever the fuck. And how does that turn out? I don't know. So,
and I will never find out.
No, it doesn't look that bad. This is the kind of stuff I wouldn't go out of my way, obviously. But if this was on channel 11, I'd be like, "Holy shit, this is the best movie ever on channel 11 on Saturday when I'm 11 or something."
It's the best movie on channel 11 right now.
Yeah. I don't know what's still on that channel, but when I was a kid, right? If it was, I think this stacks up very favorably to a lot of shitty, boring movies that people watch all the time that are normal movies or whatever.
Well, I think that statement though, sums it up for me. Where it's it stacks up to other crap. It's visually better than them. Or it doesn't. It's not
just that the CG is
crap.
better. It's that I can actually tell what's happening, and it seems like the movie has some sort of cohesive structure. A bad trailer is just well, we had this weird rhinoceros monster. Let's show him or something, and then you're like, well, what's happening?
The alien premise though, there's so many movies that have this almost exact plot, and that's my issue with it. The one I saw was literally, and maybe it was
Did he have to go into the ship and save
Yeah.
his son or whatever? Oh,
his girlfriend, I think.
I was just gonna say I've never seen a movie where someone has to go, like a human has to go into the ship and save their person or whatever.
I forget what it was called, but the human had to go into the ship where they were taking humans and making them into more aliens to fight with, and he got the process interrupted, and he was in the alien body fighting the aliens.
That might be Skyline. He was in the alien body. What does that mean? All right.
Maybe this is a sequel.
Maybe that's a sequel. That's the thing.
Then even said that it's like, oh my god, why would you make the exact same movie again? But the difference between that first one and this one is like there's more like big things on the ground and doing things than that one had. I think there's too many like movies where like, oh, we're sucking people up into the air and doing this jazz.
No,
I don't know why that became so popular, and how does that work? It's like it knows
people up?
Like there's not like trash and debris and cars getting sucked up.
They had some like kind of goo on them or something. I didn't know what that was all about.
Like they get sneezed on and it sucks the sneeze.
Yeah, I don't know. I like alien technology and world building and stuff, and it seems like there's a bunch of shit going on.
There's like Ghetto Predator, and there's like
happening.
like the poor man's. What do you mean? He reminds me.
Who are you talking about?
The main character of this.
It's like Rick Grimes mixed with the Al-Anon dude from Shannara Chronicles, like together.
I was thinking a little bit older, like what is it, Jimmy Schmitz from like what was that from?
Schmitz
from like Picket Fences, or what was that guy from? Or
who?
It was like a Law and Order-y type guy. I don't know. The guy he was in the later seasons of Dexter as like the governor or whatever. That was his friend, Jimmy Smits, right?
If that's not Jimmy Smits, then I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah, he reminds me of like the poor man's that.
Did you change the name in my head?
I don't know. I do things.
Yeah. No, that guy. He was in Star Wars for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I will take the kids. This is like one of the least offensive, like bad sci-fi movie trailers I've ever seen in my life. I'm totally on board with this, and if all those other bad ones were as good as this, the world would be a much better place.
No, but
holy shit.
What I'm saying is not that like what the visuals clearly look fine. It's just that it looks like the most rehashed generic plot, like just always done. And they're like, no, but look, we've done it a little better. I'm like, but I've seen that already.
There's only like 10
like
plots,
I don't need another board for Monopoly. It's still Monopoly.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I think with almost any movie, you can be like, and guess what? I guess they're gonna end up together after the misunderstanding is
I think my
most
issue though
movies
is
are like derivative shit.
I loved these types of movies, and now that I've seen 108 of them where the plot is exactly the same, I'm like, yeah, this is the same shit. I'm like, yeah, you just keep changing the actors and making it a little bit visually better. Like you can only trick me once, and like it's the same movie. It's like when people make the same zombie movie over.
Okay, I was gonna say like every horror movie, like there's like 3 horror movies.
There's all these subtle
like
nuances you can change.
Yeah,
you can tweak the bad guy enough. But again, I'm only judging the trailer, and the trailer is just those movies over again. Like it's like when they come out. This reminds me of the better version of those ones that would be from. It's not Accelerator. There's another company like Accelerator that just like makes movies with a title slightly different than the original movie.
Oh fuck! They have a name like the fucking.
What is that called? So like Transformers comes out and they bring out Transmorphers.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh, it's not canon.
What was the Will Smith song?
Can't jiggy with it.
The Will Smith movie where he's alone. With the dog, and there's all the vampire zombies.
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. They make I Am Omega. Like,
oh well, that was the original book title, I think.
Well, no, the Omega Man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like a reference.
And then there's a rip off of that, and then a rip off. That's what I'm saying. It's like this is so many times. I'm like, stop doing this to me.
Yeah, no, and so this looks like a better version of like Independence Day or whatever the fuck.
A better version of Independence Day?
Listen, like,
do I need a new partner?
An Independence Day like derivative like thing that you're making like today. You're doing like you're taking the same trope of the same thing and you're making a movie with the idea, right? The same shit.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
I don't mean that it's better than Independence Day. I mean that it's I don't know why it's
trying to get money from those type of people.
Yes. Whereas if Return of Omega Man, like Deception was like a good one finally, you'd be like, oh, this is like a better I Am Legend thing or whatever.
I guess. Right? I think the biggest issue I have with movies nowadays is that like everything is relatively like cameras. I'm like, okay, you can fake it really well, and you can CG really well. Where it's harder to draw the line. Like, is this a movie or is this not a movie? Like, because things will come out in theaters, but you'll be like, okay, that was in like 4 theaters by that guy's house or type of thing. And then there's I need to know exact. I think a movie should have to come out with a clause that says this movie was made for $300 million. This movie was made for $10 million. This is made by Sony. This is made by Johnny. Like.
right. Because statements come out, but it's never quite clear.
Exactly.
No, I know, and like sometimes it's hard to.
Because this to me seems like it could be the bottom tier of an actual theatrical release.
Right.
Movie.
Yeah. No, that's all I want out of it, and this is like So I would say I happen to like things like this, but I don't know how long it's been since I've actually sat through one and actually watched one of these movies or whatever. So now that they're this like nostalgic novelty thing for me when I see a movie, and it actually looks like a movie. That's my problem.
Well, no, this looks on par with the Rampage movie as far as visuals look.
Rampage?
The Rock one. Granted, they don't have a rock in this.
They don't have The Rock.
Like there's no big name draw for this movie,
no,
but it has the
mean.
same
like,
level of visuals.
Wow. Okay. I can't remember.
And
the
Rampage's
visuals
were kind of bad.
The monkey, yeah,
for
yeah,
like what that is, but they looked like
movie.
King Kong.
But it's like passable, and it's like okay, I can't think of movies from back in the day, but like a random sci-fi movie. I used to love.
But again, to
watching
compare
those
it to a random sci-fi movie that would have been ours, would have been like okay, that used a lot of practical effects and bad CG.
Yeah.
But the plot was probably
practical
better.
stuff. I don't know how bad this plot is, just because we know like the basic arc of like the story. I think like the biggest trigger for me is when there's shit that happens, like I've been saying, where like they show a scene in the trailer that has absolutely no context, and there's just blackness behind them, and like their lighting doesn't match the lighting of the monster, or the guy's just shooting a gun for no reason, and you're like, what is this? It's like I would argue this is a sizzle reel of your After Effects project folder. This is not like a movie.
I would argue
like
that
a
normal movie, like the ones you're complaining, and granted, you're probably talking about a lot of ones that are like pretty terrible.
I think so. Yeah.
But like a movie where I can't tell everything that's happening is because it's like, there's probably a lot of things going on in this movie, and I couldn't explain it all. This one I think is so cut and dry that I could see this trailer or the movie and go, yeah, I saw that.
Yes. No. I don't think that there's really anything unexpected here or something like that. This is for fans of the genre who want to see the aliens and the shit and the stuff happening or whatever the fuck. Which I think I might be, so I think I might be okay
with this. But like a good sci-fi movie, like the first one that popped in my head was like Screamers. Like, if you saw a trailer for Screamers, you wouldn't know what you're like, what is this movie?
No, and
that's part of the intrigue. You're like, it's gonna be a thing.
So
great and awesome.
So like District 9 is one of those.
Another
ones.
example. Yeah.
I never saw that movie, but I later heard the like spoiler, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't think it was that. Now I want to see it.
Yes.
Or whatever the fuck,
I don't think there's anything like that in this.
Right, because those I think are like sci-fi movies or sci-fi, not thriller, drama, whatever, or just sci-fi.
Yeah.
And this is like a sci-fi action movie. This is like a different thing where the like all you're doing is going every time they show that shot like the camera dollies up on like the big predator looking alien, I get a little excited like, oh cool, this is gonna be cool.
It reminds me of a B movie with a budget. That's what these are.
Totally on board. Thumbs up. Go to hell.
Thumbs down.
Excellent. Split decision.
All right guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this. Don't die to fire, and we'll see you next time.